Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Transcendent as Fuck with Iena SpiritWalker. Here we talk about all things metaphysical, intuition, energy healing, animal communication, and even trauma. Basically, all of the blessings and challenges of existing as a spiritual being in a meat sack. My name's Iena SpiritWalker, and I'm an internationally known animal communicator, healer, medicine woman, and life coach with 25 years experience. I'm so excited to bring you guys today the beautiful Leah D'Ambrosio. She is, you guys, she's going to be talking about discover the hidden method to connecting to any animal. Leah, welcome. Please tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Iena. I am so happy to be here. I always love being with you, Iena. You're such a vibrant person. And gratitude.
I feel the same way about you.
Yes, we always connect on a really great level. So I am the co-founder of the Shelter Animal Reiki Association. We are an association that uses meditation to help support shelter animals and their caregivers. And I co-founded this with Kathleen Prasad, the creator of the Let Animals Lead method of animal Reiki and the founder of Animal Reiki Source. And we created Sarah, we call it Sarah, it's Shelter Animal Reiki Association, but Sarah, we created it we formed it in 2008. And at that time, we started with, I think, 12 members and one shelter. And now we have almost 100 shelters and over 400 members in our membership. So it's very big. We're worldwide. It's a grass. Yes, and we love it. And it's just been so fulfilling. I'm so grateful for my life. I just have the most amazing life that I'm able to go to shelters around the world and help support animals and those beautiful people that care for them. I've met some amazing people, and I know you have too. You know, the same situation. People who work with animals are always so amazing.
Yeah, thank you for the amazing work that you do. I'm so excited to learn about the hidden method to connect to any animal. What are we going to talk about today?
I mean, it's so funny because obviously we want you to take classes, animal Reiki classes, but there is really one thing that anybody and everyone can do to easily connect with all animals. And it's so simple and it's so silly, but it's something we very rarely ever do. And that is just the energy of gratitude, being grateful when you're around animals. I've been at the zoo, for example. I've been at the zoo and I took a group of people to celebrate World Animal Reiki Day, which is, I'll talk about that in a minute. It's on February 5th coming up. But sometimes when I'm in Portland, I take people through the zoo. And what we do is before we even start at the zoo, we get in a circle and we say how grateful we are to be at the zoo. And I know a lot of people don't like zoos, right? Because there's a lot of politics and sometimes the animals aren't treated well. But guess what? The animals are there. They need us. So we do a little prayer about how grateful we are for them. And then we go to as many animals as possible and say, thank you. Thank you so much for all the joy you bring. Thank you for being here. Thank you, for all of the wisdom that you're sharing with people and that you're sharing with me. And it is so amazing how animals will lock eyes with you and lock eyes. And I was sitting in the crocodile room one day with my little group, and there was laying down like in the glass. It was a glass enclosure, and so he was laying down at the very bottom. You could barely see him, and there was another one around the corner that we didn't know about. And while we were just sitting there, just in that space of gratitude, one of the ladies said, "How big do you think the crocodile is?" And I said, "Oh, he's probably about 6 feet, but I wouldn't know unless he stood up and he's laying down. So I'm just guessing." And all of a sudden, he lifted up and slowly stood up on his and went up to the water as tall as he could. I was like, yeah, it's like 6 or 7 feet. It was so amazing. And then he slowly came back down. And then his friend came around the corner. It was like, hey, I'm here too. And he stood up and did his thing. And then he came down.
Wait, the crocodiles can stand on their hind legs? I didn't even know they could do that.
They just floated up in the water. But they were like vertical. It wasn't like horizontal. It was vertical. And what was really amazing was, I'm not an animal communicator. I wasn't sitting there having a conversation with them. I don't even know if they were talking to us. I have no idea because I'm not one. But the energy of us sitting there and seeing them, right? All beings want to be seen, heard, and appreciated. we were seeing the crocodiles, we were appreciating the crocodiles, and they responded by saying, we see you and we hear, we understand you. And so it's just really incredible. And these women didn't have animal Reiki experience. It was just when you sit in that energy of true gratitude and love. So, and when I say that, I mean, like, I'm here with you right now. I am so incredibly grateful. I love being with you, right? That's a genuine feeling. So you have to be genuine when you're around the animals. They can detect bullshit from a mile away. So if you're like, oh my God, I'm so pissed off, and I'm with you, they're like, because it was like, wow, and now all of a sudden you're being, no, they don't play that game. So
that's so true. I love that. And I think that's like, I've been talking to animals since I was like, probably before I talked to humans, I've been talking to animals. And I feel like the number one reason is because I trusted them more, because I knew, like, human beings, we will be so fried and frazzled, and someone asks us how you are, and you smile and you go, I'm fine, right? And animals will not do that. They're not happy, you will know it. And if they're happy, they're also in the present moment, which most humans aren't either. So I felt so much safer around animals. And I love that you intermingled too gratitude and love, because they are kind of the same wavelength, and that's also the wavelength that's responsible, that's required for us to do healing work like you guys are doing. You have to be on that frequency of gratitude and love so that you can do the work that we all came to do, because we all come from love and gratitude. That is our essence.
Exactly. And you know what is so funny is, like, obviously people work with animals, and so it's easy for them to feel that. But when you talk about manifestation, or I've been in high level masterminds for business. It's all about gratitude. Gratitude is woven into so many different aspects of our life. But like you said, it has to be like that true feeling, right? And that's where they can let us know, oh, you're not really feeling good. You are. You keep trying to convince yourself you are, but you're not. But and too, another gift that they give us is that, and this, and from being a child, like what you just said, that they show us when we're not being in the present moment and we're letting ourselves get spun out thinking of the future instead of right here in this moment, all is well. And that's what they try to show us all the time. My own, like, I don't like cats. I'm not a cat person, but my sister has cats and I'm with her. And her one cat, Boots, I thought he was behind me, but he left.
He was.
I'm in a bad mood. He comes up and he starts headbutting me, and I'm like, he bites. So I'm always like, okay. But like, get me to like, hey, snap out of it. Get back here.
Yeah.
Because there's magic in the present, right?
There's absolutely magic in the present. That's beautiful. And I can tell you, just as I have this inherent trust in animals, and maybe it's because I'm on that wavelength when I'm around animals, but I've been in some situations where people thought was dangerous, but I knew it wasn't dangerous. And I've been bitten twice by animals in my whole life. I'm 51. I'm around animals all the time, you guys. And recently it was because, and I'm bringing this up because I'll just share the story and then you'll know why. But my mom was trapping feral cats to try to, help the population, et cetera, et cetera. And I went to help her gather the empty traps in the evening. And she looked right at me and she said, don't touch the cats. And I was like, I'm not going to touch the cats. I'm just coming to help you. We had to go in two separate directions. You get that empty trap. I'll get this empty trap. We'll set them up in the morning. No problem, right? So then I go to get this one trap, and there's a cat who I was really hoping we would catch. He's wheezing. He's really, really skinny and really sick. And he's got like snot bubbles coming out. And I'm standing on the neighbor's porch. The cat is on the neighbor's porch. And I can see the trap is right on the ground, not too far from me. And I'm like talking to the cat. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to grab you by the neck and I'm going to get you some help. You're going to get better, right? I grabbed him by the neck. He's a feral cat, you guys. This is why I'm grabbing him by the neck, right? He's not, people friendly too much. I grabbed him by the neck and I started walking towards the edge of the patio where I thought there were steps. You guys, there were no fucking steps.
Oh,
And it was like a 4-foot drop.
oh no.
So this whole time the cat's calm, right? But as soon as I realized, oh shit, I can't get to it, then I'm like, oh my God. And I know my energy shifted. And that's when he started freaking out. And I was like, I can't jump like these 4 or 5 feet with the cat in my hands. Like, I can't do it. And he freaked out and he bit me. And I was like, okay, yeah, I totally deserve that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
my energy shifted. I went from I'm here to help you, I love you, I'm calm, to oh shit. And he was like, no, no.
Yeah, because that's what they feel. Not they don't. It's not like they're like, oh, she's fearful, she's gonna fall. They just sense that fear, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
back energy.
right.
No longer are you safe. I'm out. And yeah,
Yes.
but you know, it's so funny. Not everybody is that aware when they get bit.
Mhm.
Not they're not
Oh
sensitive.
yeah. Yeah,
But
that was totally on me. Yeah, for sure. And by
yeah,
the way, you guys, yes, I did have to go to the hospital because it was a bite from a feral cat. I was like dripping. It was gross. It was very gory. And of course, my mom was like, I told you not to touch the cats. I was like, I know, but
but
I
I was
did.
so afraid.
But we did eventually catch that cat, and he was actually very sick. He needed to be hospitalized for a bit, and he actually ended up getting he once he felt better, he loved people, and he was adopted. So it was a great, you know, ending. But yeah, so just my quick little that they know, they feel it, and it's so true.
And that's, I think, something we forget, that when we want our animals to do something for us, like our dogs or cats or horses, we have to check in with our energy, and switching that energy to gratitude and love. And like you said, that gratitude and love is the same thing. Well, I always teach my students, the only time in your entire life you're ever going to feel 100% true love is through an animal, because people don't know how to love 100%. Like, you think of a mother with a brand new baby, I mean, purest form of love, but she'll say, I love my baby, but I love my baby, but my baby cries, my baby doesn't do this. You know, there's always a big but in the room. Whereas animals, like,
Mhm.
they don't care if I said I was going to walk you yesterday and I didn't. They don't care if they got in trouble. They always love you. And I think that's such an important lesson to learn from the animals. And the easiest way for us to get into that energy is through gratitude. Like, if you don't feel deep love, that's okay. You can feel deep gratitude. And then that
Yep.
falls into love.
That's beautiful. And the animals connect with that. And I love that. It is totally, it is the secret way to connect with animals for sure.
Yeah. I always tell you, I mean, that's what that's really the essence of animal Reiki, is love and no attachment, right? No attachment to an outcome, no judgment. We're humans.
Mhm. It's huge. It's huge. And that's, you know, we were, we were just talking off camera about how we're all getting a kick in the ass recently. And I think a lot of it is, as humans, we struggle with letting go of attachment, letting go of our expectations. And it's so prevalent and so needed when we're connecting and doing healing work with animals, and all the amazing work that you guys are doing.
Right.
You put out the intention and you release it, and that's it.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I don't know how much time we have, but I would love to talk a little bit about World Animal Reiki Day, like I mentioned.
Please do.
Yeah, so Kathleen adopted her dog Dakota on February 5th. We all cursed the day, not because she adopted Dakota, but because it's like in the middle of winter. So whenever we do our events, it's always freezing cold. In honor of Dakota's birthday, we celebrate World Animal Reiki Day. And the reason for that being is Dakota is the one that brought Kathleen to Animal Reiki. Dakota is the one that taught her all about it. And Dakota is really the reason we started Shelter Animal Reiki Association. I loved shelter animals. I wanted to help them. And Kathleen obviously had an affinity with shelter animals, and she started practicing human Reiki with animals in the shelter. So her whole start was with shelter animals. So this day is February 5th of every year. I think we started it, we were trying to figure it out. I think it was 2016. It's a global event. You don't have to know Reiki. It's just basically a day for you to give gratitude to animals. So you could do that either by lighting a candle and thinking about the animals in your life that have passed. You can go to the zoo like I did. You can go outside and just deep gratitude. You can do a prayer. Kathleen has a beautiful World Animal Reiki Day prayer on our website at shelteranimalreikiassociation.org. And you can go there. We have a page called Ward, and you can click on it and you can listen to her World Animal Reiki Day prayer. That's something you can play. We have people take pictures and we post them on our social media. We do hashtag World Animal Reiki Day or hashtag Ward. But it's a great day to bring people together in gratitude for all that animals give us. And it's a really important day. And I really encourage all of the listeners to please just take February 5th as a day, mark it on your calendar, put it aside, and just do something special for animals. Maybe make a donation to your favorite shelter. Maybe you just say the prayer. Maybe you do a little kind of like Dia de los Muertos. God, I can't even talk. I'm cold. The Day of the Dead. You can do a little shrine for your animals that have passed away that you still love and are still connected with. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little plug for that.
Yes, thank you. And I was not aware of that. So thank you for bringing that up. That will be on my calendar from here on out for eternity for sure. I love that. And okay, so Leah, how can people get a hold of you?
They can visit the website Shelter Animal Reiki, REIKI Association, and it's all spelled out association.org. And through there, you can contact me, or you can do Leah at shelteranimalreikiassociation.org is my email. I know I wish we had a shorter URL, but unfortunately we don't. But you can reach me there. And if you go to our website right now, you can get my free gift that I created, which is 6 easy ways to connect to wild animals. So if you love wild animals as much as I do, and even like going to the zoo or going to a sanctuary where they save tigers and things like that, you can show oh my God, I lost my whole train of thought.
Connecting with wild animals.
By following the tips in this little guide. And there's like a little sections, I created sections for you to journal so you can take notes about what you're feeling. But there's 6 different things, and gratitude is one of them, about how we can really easily connect to wild animals. And every year I go to CARE, which is a wildlife sanctuary in Florida. And there's tigers, there's a liger, there's a bear, and snakes and all kinds of different reptiles and monkeys. And it's really beautiful because every year we practice what I shared with you in the tips, and the responses are amazing. You can go on my Facebook under Leah D'Ambrosio, and I have a video of Lola the bear. This year, it's really funny. For some reason, I was really connecting to Lola. I've gone there for 13 years. And I was like, you know what? She doesn't know there's a song named after her. So I played the Kinks, L-O-L-A Lola, and she loved it. And so I for her many, many times over, the course of 5 days. And on the last day, I got my friend Kelly's phone because for some reason, technology has not let you play a song tape at the same time. But so I played Lola, and then I videoed Lola the bear, and you can see her so happy to hear her song. She loves the song, but it was so cute when I first played it for her. Talk about gratitude. She was hiding in her enclosure, and there was like a 4-inch hole or like an opening at the bottom. And I started playing, telling her there's a song named after her, and I played it. And she peeked out with her eye in her nose and she was listening. And then after a couple more plays, she came out and like peeked around the corner. And then by the end of the 5 days, you'll see her, and she's got her nose up in the air, and it almost looks like she's dancing. Bears are very, very slow. They move so slow. So her movements are very slow, but you can tell she is loving that song so, so much. So if you're on Facebook, my profile is completely public. I have nothing to hide and so much to share. That sweet Lola enjoying her song. And it just made my heart sing, because when we give just something small to animals in that energy of love, what they give back is just 1,000 times more.
So true. So true. And I know, thank you for all that, Leah, and for your wisdom about us using gratitude really in every day of our lives, but especially when we connect to animals. I know you shared about February 5th, gratitude towards the animals. Is there anything else, any other events or anything happening in your world that you would like to share right now?
No, other than if you are interested in learning animal Reiki, and our method of animal Reiki isn't human Reiki adapted to animals. It's actually its own unique system. Like I said, Kathleen Prasad created the Let Animals Lead method, where we take into consideration the agency and the sensitivity of animals And it is a very special system, but I'm telling you, it works 100% of the time. We never get no's because of our methodology. And if you want to learn more, you can go on our website. There's classes for level 1, level 2, level 3. And I also teach an animal Reiki for Reiki practitioners class. And I am considering doing that live at CARE again. So if you are interested in wild animals, that's a really fun class to take. I would love for you to come out, Iena.
That sounds amazing. I would love that. Oh my God. We will talk about that off camera, you guys.
I would love that so much.
That would be so awesome. Leah, you are amazing as always. I'm so honored and excited to have you here today. Thank you so much for the wisdom that you shared with the audience today. You guys, please check out the website, check out her bio on Facebook. Anything that you guys need, really, there's tons of information for you right now. Leah, thank you so much for being with us today here on Transcendent AF.
Thank you so much, Iena. I love being with you, and I'm so honored and I'm so excited. And thank you to your audience.
Woo-hoo! You guys are the best. All right. Thank you, love.